Are we losing our media literacy? This video was brought to you by my recent experiences in the Wednesday and the Samurai Champloo fandoms. What is media literacy anyways? According to the National Association for Media Literacy Education, it is the ability to encode and decode the symbols transmitted via media and synthesize, analyze, and produce mediated messages. In other words, it is our ability to understand media, movies, TV shows, etc. And in an increasingly mediated world, it could not be more paramount. However, an article from Andrews University cited a study from Media Literacy Now, which found that barely 38% of participants were taught how to analyze media messaging in high school. Among the effects of this decline is our ability to think critically about what we consume. How is this connected to the two mainstream shows I mentioned at the beginning of the video? Well, let me tell you something about myself. One of my first experiences in fandom was through The Vampire Diaries, and I witnessed in real time as the ship wars became worse and worse. But compared to Wednesday and the Samurai Champloo, it almost feels like child's play. And not because people were any less vicious back then than they are now, but because at least back then it did not feel like they were watching a completely different show. There have always been different interpretations of the same story, and there will always be people who don't ship the canon or endgame ship, and that is perfectly fine. But what I find in these fandoms, which concerns me, is a complete lack of acknowledgement of canon. That way, Tyler becomes a random character that Wednesday kisses at the end of season 1, even though he's a major player in the show. And people blame Jenny Han for not changing the ending of the story, even though she clearly told us where this was going from the beginning. Is this actually proof of a decline in media literacy, or just people willingly looking away from things they don't care for in canon? I'm not sure, but as discussions about these shows continue to center around these ship wars, I wish we could discuss how grief shapes the entirety of the Samurai Champloo, or that we could make theories about the role Ophelia is going to play in Wednesday Season 3. Perhaps that is the true demise of media literacy, our ability to engage with other aspects of the show or movie we're watching beyond those that we care most about. Argue with me if you don't agree. What better way to build some critical thinking skills?